Hello, gorgeous souls. Hope you're having a great start to your week. And I'm wanting to talk about repeating cycles of burnout. This is such an important topic because if you keep going through cycles of burnout, you might logically know or be more aware every time that you go through it. But underneath everything is some beliefs that keep you on that treadmill. And it's not until we actually shift those beliefs that we can actually shift the patterns and the cycles of burnout. Now, the challenge of going back through cycles of burnout is every single time we go through burnout, we often get a little bit more compromised. Recovery is a little bit less each time. And so often it can exacerbate burnout further down the track if we are going through repeating cycles, simply because the body's not getting time to fully recover. Every time we do that, we're more and more compromised. And what that actually does is when we're feeling physically compromised or less energy in the physical body, and this can also happen in perimenopause as well, when we've got less energy on board, the ego survival mind often gets louder, which means it is more focused on fears, worries, concerns, stresses, what could go wrong in our life. What this does, hey Donna Marie, great to have you on, hun. What this does is it keeps us hypervigilant, which keeps us locked into that particular cycle of feeling exhausted and continuing back into those same patterns, because now we're trying to regain a feeling of control or a feeling of safety or a feeling of certainty. Now, what we need to do, there's 3 steps, and I've literally written a blog post about it this morning, but I also wanted to jump in with a quick video. There's 3 steps that you can take in order to be able to exit out of that pattern or the cycle of burnout. Now, number 1, we need to confront our fears and the underlying emotional feelings that are playing out at the time. Now, this sometimes can be from loss of a loved one. It can be from navigating very difficult and challenging circumstances. It might be fears around not having enough money or financial pressures. It could be relationship challenges. It could be unresolved past trauma. And often it's because we've perhaps stepped into an over-responsibility role or needed to be the emotional caretaker for our parents when we were a child, or we never actually felt safe in our nervous system. So the nervous system is entrained or conditioned to be in that fight, flight, go, 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 can't stop, can't rest, I've just got to keep going and I've got to work really hard. And often these belief systems play out. So number 1, we've got to face what is the deeper fear that I've got if I actually stop. The second one, and the other thing I just want to add really quickly to that, because I've noticed this play out for myself as well, is often we can go into overdoing as a way of trying to regain control as well. So if we feel out of control or powerless perhaps in the circumstance or the situation that we're currently facing, often we will go into automatic overload. And this is being the over-responsible one in your family, or the one that always takes control, or the one that's always trying to fix and help everyone and get everything happening. Often you can feel like the anxiety with that. And so when we've got that playing out, sometimes we need to sit with and be with those feelings in order to be able to, number 2, create safety within our nervous system and reparent these parts of ourselves that have felt anxious or have felt scared or have felt stressed or have felt alone or have felt that loss of certainty and that loss of control. And we saw it very clearly in the pandemic, where most people were trying to get certainty externally, which means, the external certainty was missing. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how this was going to impact us or our loved ones or our jobs or businesses or any of those things. So it is such a critical piece to actually being able to heal burnout. Hey Kat, great to have you on. So number 1, we absolutely want to sit with our feelings, be with our feelings, acknowledge what are the fears that are playing out there. Number 2, we want to create safety within our nervous system. Number 3, we want to absolutely address the underlying fears. Now, all of our fears and beliefs are very much pro-survival, meaning, if we have a belief that I'm not good enough, or we have a belief that I've got to work really hard to deserve things, or I'm not worthy, or any of those things, at one point in our life, they were actually pro-survival. And I have a very clear process that I support people through to be able to shift these beliefs and be able to really feel such a difference within the nervous system, what it feels like with the belief and what it feels like without the belief. Being able to do those 3 steps helps you to very clearly exit the burnout cycle. And of course, there's lots of other logical, strategical steps that we can put in place, like delegation and all of those things. But those 3 steps in particular allow you to feel a sense of safety in the body, allow the nervous system to start to downregulate, come back into parasympathetic, but also be able to discern where and what is most important to you, what is giving you extra life force energy or supporting your life force energy, and where your priorities really lie, rather than feeling like we need to be the fixer rescuer, jumping in to solve everything and help everyone, out of a deeper need to either prove our worth or any of the other underlying beliefs of feeling out of control in our life. So I hope that's been helpful for you. If you'd love some support around that, of course, reach out, send me a DM. We can have a complimentary chat and see if and how I may be able to support you with that. However, those 3 steps are critical in being able to exit the burnout exhaustion cycle. And until we actually address the deeper beliefs underneath, you might be doing all the logical things like taking care of the physical body. You might be aware of what plays out and how it plays out, but unless you're dealing with the deeper beliefs, it does keep us unfortunately stuck on that hamster wheel of repeating cycles of burnout. So lots of love to you all. Have a great day.